I'm Melissa Khan with our Wednesday, September 2nd edition of News in Depth. First up, man stabbed dead on Border Street. More in this report.
The police are probing the murder of a vagrant who did odd jobs around the Border Market area. The man was stabbed to death this morning in front of these stalls on Border Street. The victim has been identified as Ovid Chester by his brother Mark Chester. He said Ovid was 52 years old. According to a police report, their investigations have so far revealed that the deceased and the suspect are known to each other. However, on September 1st, 2020, the suspect took a construction net to Border Market to sell and met with the deceased, who offered to have same sold. The suspect then handed over the net to the deceased, who then left looking for sales. The police report added that the suspect waited, but the deceased never returned. The suspect returned to Border Market in search of the deceased, at which time he was armed with a kitchen knife. He met the deceased through a track leading to North Road. The suspect then asked the deceased for his belongings, which the deceased refused to give. They then had an heated argument, during which the suspect pulled out a knife from his left side pants waist and dealt the deceased a stab wound to his left side upper chest in the vicinity of his heart. Chester ran and fell a short distance and became motionless, the police report said. According to Mark, his brother, who was living around the market, went to visit his mom at their Vicelos East Coast Damara home on Tuesday, and today the family was greeted with the disturbing news.
On this market would probably speak better of him than me, because truly speaking, I don't live in Guyana. So it's only I come around for my sister's funeral in February, and the COVID-19 kept me here till now. But for me to say like he daily errands, running around, moving around, no, because we're at two different places. He on the market, I invite us with my mom. So I can't say more than what I'm saying now. Okay?
The suspect was arrested by the police at the scene of the crime. The police investigations into the matter are ongoing.
More news after this break.
Shh. It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75, Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
Welcome back. Opposition leader puts the PPP government on notice that it will not be business as usual.
Newly elected opposition leader Joseph Harmon said he is cognizant and convinced that being in opposition is not his coalition's rightful place. He was speaking with members of the media today at the Otter Chung Conference Center at the opening of the 12th Parliament.
We were ousted from government by fraudulent means. Nevertheless, we were legitimately elected to the Parliament. We did not get our rightful number of seats, nor are we on the side of the House, which we ought to be. But we will work within the framework of the judiciary, where we have filed our elections petition, and the legislature to restore democracy to Guyana and to return our rightful place in government.
He said he was honored and privileged to lead this young, diverse, and dynamic team of parliamentarians.
This team is one of the most diverse we have had ever in the history of the Parliament of Guyana. We all are, but our young parliamentarian and our women parliamentarian in particular are all brimming with confidence and enthusiasm and an eagerness to get the people's work done. Much of this work will be done in the communities, meeting citizens eyeball to eyeball. This will ensure that when we represent matters on the floor of the National Assembly, these are matters that are based on issues that have been raised by the people. I can assure you and all of Guyana that we will ensure every day starting today, the PPP government knows that it will not be business as usual.
He said the opposition will give their critical support as it relates to issues of sovereignty of our nation, public security, and other matters determined to be in the public interest.
We are committed to a robust and aggressive legislative agenda to see the removal of this fraudulent PPP from government, so we can continue to work and build that which we started when we were in government and which we've already commenced. On that basis, we will proceed to speak about our decade of development, which is the strategy for the development of Guyana. And our debates will be framed in that manner. And that decade of development contains 4 main pillars, which are the Green State Development Strategy, which is already out there, the digital state, which Cathy spoke about at length while we were in Parliament, in government, the education state, which Dr. Nicolette Henry will be speaking about significantly, and the petroleum state. You will hear during our debates our MPs speak to these issues. We are already aware of this pandemia that has started in 1 month since this PPP came into government, and we will have them account for it. These include, but are not limited to, 20 ministries that the PPP has in relation to 15 that we had. Parliamentary secretaries which are still to be appointed. Advisors, many of them, Jerry Gavaya, National Security, Lennox Schumann, the advisor to the Minister of Public Works on Civil Aviation, Ralph Ramkaran, to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Border Issues, Carl Greenidge, advisor on border issues and on local content, Robert Prasad, Foreign Secretary, Sham Nokta, advisor on local content, Roger Luncheon, advisor of something, I don't know what he's advising on right now. We will also ask them to account for this rapid economic investigation team, which was led by Christopher Ram and included Kate Nascimento and Nigel Hines. Who paid them, how much they were paid, what it is that they found. All of these are matters which we will raise on the floor of the National Assembly.
Harman, who relinquished his dual citizenship months ago, said he submitted his documents to the clerk of the National Assembly, and he expects the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Lennox Schumann, and Government Minister Gail Teixeira to do the same.
Shh. It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75, Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
Former leader of the TUF political party, now Speaker of the National Assembly. Let's take a look.
Ansel Nadir was today elected Speaker of the National Assembly as the 12th Parliament convened at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. Nadir, a veteran politician and former leader of the United Force, joined forces with the PPP some years ago. Speaking with reporters after the first sitting, Nadir said he expects parliamentarians to raise the bar in terms of how they operate.
For me, our level of civility, understanding, and decency has a bit to be desired. And I would like to see us all raise that bar a bit so that we can show the next generation, the generation that actually came after me, show them that we can live up to international best standards where democracy, respect for humanity, and decency exist. We have to give every single person, regardless of what has gone behind us, we have to give them the respect they deserve as a member of parliament, and more particularly as a citizen of this country. Every single person has a place in this country and must be treated as such.
Nadir said he was honored to have been selected.
Never shifted my stand. I've always stood for democracy with a socially just market economy with strong religious values. I have never shifted from that and will never shift from that. They say where I stand don't determine who I am. And what I've just described is who I am. And we have seen the disappearing of isms and partialness and ideology over the many decades. And so today, Guyana cannot say it's a society that's cooperative socialism, Marxism, or even capitalism. It's a society built on democracy, the rule of law, respect for humanity, and for many, many persons still, the overwhelming majority. We pray a lot. And I haven't shifted from those times.
He said when you sit in the chair of the speaker, you have to exercise the highest level of tolerance, fairness, impartiality, and decency. And he thinks he has those qualities.
And that has brought us to the end of our news for tonight. For these and other stories, visit our website at rdproductiongy.com or our Facebook and Instagram page at Royston Drakes Production. On behalf of our news team, thank you for joining us, and join us again tomorrow for more news. Good night.